Hey, everybody, all you wonderful, fabulous women. This is Dr. Ray with Olive Branch Wellness Center. Tonight is this is not your mother's menopause private closed group. And we're going to talk specifically tonight. Are you smoking hot or are you just burning up? So I want to talk about hot flashes tonight. Even though the weather isn't there and it's not warm, it seems to be one of the big questions we have going into this. Now, this past week, I interviewed about 40 women, and hot flashes were what came up number one for us to talk about. So I want to talk about them. A lot of women wanted to know, where do hot flashes come from? And what makes them start, and what is the big deal about everything that's going on with them, and what should I expect? Well, let's start a little bit slowly tonight. What I want to tell you is that hot flashes come from an imbalance of estrogens and progesterones. And this typically is something that's registered in a certain part of your brain called the hypothalamus, which regulates your heat or your coolness. Now, in when in menopause, what a surprise, that whole thing goes bonkers. And so we can have hot flashes, we can have night sweats, we can have cold flashes. And I know this is a big, like, awakening for some of you. Cold flashes, you got to be kidding me. So let me explain how that one happens. So your brain is surveying the body, and it's not getting quite the right signals from estrogen and progesterone. So it tells the body that you need to cool down. Well, then what happens is the body cools down and it says, "Hey, are you nuts? We need to heat up in here." So then you overcompensate by overheating up. Now, some women never have hot flashes, they only have cold flashes. And some women only have hot flashes, they never have cold flashes. Some women have cold flashes, cold flashes, cold flashes, hot flashes. So it all is dependent on you and your body chemistry. So they come from the brain. We just talked about that. You can have hot flashes, and sometimes hot flashes can spawn you right into cold flashes, or cold flashes can spawn you right into hot flashes. So what are some of the things you can do other than wear a necklace of ice cubes around you? First of all, let's get rid of some of the things that trigger it. So hot flashes can be triggered by caffeine, boo, alcohol. Some of you are saying double boo. And it can also be triggered by spicy foods, tight clothing, and cigarette smoke. But then the last one is anxiety. So I always think this one is just a nasty, vicious circle. You're you're starting to sweat, and so you get anxious because you don't want other people to see it. And then the more anxious you get, the more you sweat. The more anxious you get, the more you sweat. The more anxious, it's just such a vicious circle. Oh my gosh. So if we can avoid some caffeine, some spicy foods, tight clothing, anxiety is a difficult one because when you're anxious, it's usually because your hormones are out of whack anyway. So we want to talk about some of the things you can do. You have to have a self-talk mantra. You have to be able to tell yourself, this is just a hot flash. Let me calm down. I'm not going to be anxious, because the more anxious I get, the worse it's going to become. So try and talk yourself down off a limb. I know, easier said than done. And there are those of us that have cold flashes. You're like, oh, I wish I could just warm up. Is it cold in here? Is it cold in here? Is it cold in here? And people are thinking you're nuts. So what you want to do with those hot flashes is you do want to see your physician. You want to see your physician and make sure you can get somebody to take a look at what your hormone balance is. Sometimes it's something as easy as just re-jump starting your thyroid, or re-getting those adrenals to be where they're supposed to be in life. Meaning chemically wise, not where they're located. Which brings up another point. They are located on the top of your kidneys, in case any of you didn't know. But this is Dr. Ray, hoping you are just smoking hot, not burning up this week. If you have questions, remember, this is what this Facebook group is for. Post your question. I'll answer it. Those of you who have posted, you already know I do. So this is Dr. Ray with Olive Branch Wellness Center. This is not your mother's menopause, and you are not your mom, even though you love her very dearly. And let's see what we can do about getting you up and rolling and going. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Watch for the posts in the group. And in 2 weeks, we're going to have a 4-night intensive. Give us a little, hey, how's it going? And we'll give you some love back. Thanks. Have a great week. Bye.